Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hi guys. Hi.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Hey guys.
Hi guys.
Hey guys. Hi.
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 Happy New Year.
It's been another year.
Wow.
Yeah, we are going to do what we always do, which is go through our favorite things of the year with our friends.
Happy New Year!
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year!
Happy New Year.
Blinking
You
SOS.
love it. You love it. We love each other. Come here.
Talking about our favorite movie, TV show, book, game, all these things. And it doesn't have to come out in 2023. You just have to have experienced it for the first time in 2023. Let's get right down to it.
With one major exception.
Okay.
Haunt season.
Oh yes, thank you so much.
Multiple people experience haunt season this year and we're not allowing it.
Yeah, so I'm just...
Because Jake is
It would
Mr.
absolutely...
No.
You'll see later in the video, I do kind of like a no-Nazi, you know? Like, no Nazis. So, I saw Haunt Season for the first time this year, which is my first, like, real feature movie. You did.
Yeah.
Craig
did.
Matt. Matt left. I thought you said he was back there.
He was.
Axe it right off the list. It is my favorite movie, though. Movie.
You want to say it at the same time?
Haunt season.
3, 2, 1. The Barbie movie. I laughed, I cried. Actually, every time I watch it, I cry about something different, like a different thing hits. And yeah.
And you never see a movie 3 times in a single year.
The last time I saw a movie twice in the theater, I had to have been a teenager.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. But this movie was worth it.
The Killer's my favorite movie of the year. The Killer, for me, was twice as well. I saw it in the theater, and then like 1 week later, I watched it on Netflix with you guys.
Right here in this house.
Right here in this very house.
Yeah.
You weren't there, Chyna, you went to bed. David Fincher is my #1 favorite director of all time. And he is at his best when he is applying his precision and his beautiful thing that he does to pulp movies. And The Killer is a great mix of like him having his smirking bit of business with a Andrew Kevin Walker script. Like, man, The Killer. Finally.
I haven't seen it.
I liked it. It's good.
Same time?
Same time. Ready?
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Barbie.
Oppenheimer. Wow.
Is it really your favorite?
Oppenheimer. Yeah, I mean, I've struggled. I have a lot of choices. You got Dead Reckoning. You got Dungeons and Dragons, Killers of the Flower Moon. Got all these choices.
Do you want to say anything about your actual favorite movie?
Oppenheimer. It's my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. I was skeptical going in because I'm not always a Christopher Nolan fan, but I walked into this one. It was 3 hours. I'm like, oh my god, I have to sit through 3 hours. But the leading up to the bomb drop was the most tense experience of my most intense movie experience I've ever had in the theater.
Now I know they drop a bomb.
Yeah.
You just dropped a bomb on me.
I did. Not a spoiler at all.
Barbie was real good. And I laughed and I cried and I think I got up and went to the bathroom at some point.
Yeah, I did. Because we rewatched it and then I saw a part and I'm like, oh, I don't remember this part. That's when I went to the bathroom.
Oh, this was so hard. I would like to do categories. I won't, unlike some other people who couldn't pick their favorites. 3,000 Years of Longing.
Oh.
I narrowed it down to this one because I just keep thinking about this one. It keeps popping up in my mind. The visuals of it, the story of it. It's this fantasy, surrealism, the acting is great. And then my favorite short movie is Roald Dahl Wes Anderson.
Triangle of Sadness.
What? That is not what you said you were gonna pick.
It wasn't? What was I gonna pick?
Banshees of Inisherin.
No, I'm going Triangle of Sadness. I don't know, it's my kind of satire. You know,
It really is.
I think it's a great ending. I like that I didn't know where it was going. Yeah, it's like sort of the absurdity of the way they take it. It's just nice to see like the whole yarn ball unroll sometimes, you know?
TV.
TV show, Poker Face.
Poker Face. We could have done that one. Okay.
So, Poker Face, but then...
3, 2, 1. Poker
Business
Face.
Proposal.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's the K-drama that I watched when I had a cold this year, and I loved it.
I saw maybe 2 clips of Business Proposal.
This is dizzying. This is a dizzying amount of information, and I
Yeah,
cannot
because I was like
follow it.
editing in the other room while you watched that. Poker Face. I love Natasha Lyonne.
Oh, so good.
I love Ryan Johnson. He's one of my favorite directors.
amazing.
The pair of them making basically like a female-centered Columbo based in modern problems and situations is just chef's kiss.
Oh, so good.
I have struggled. Jake, I have struggled with this. And I think I'm going with Welcome to Wrexham. Ryan Reynolds, Rob McElhenney, they buy a soccer team,
Football club.
and they try to get him promoted in a small town in Wales, Wrexham. It's a docu-series, and it doesn't sound like something I would even like, and I loved it.
And now Craig's into football.
And I actually am. No, I was getting into that before I started the series, though. It wasn't because of the series that I've gotten into football.
Okay, cool. That's similar to my story with my favorite TV show of the year, which is like I'm really into dogs now.
Yeah.
Because my favorite TV show that I watched this year was Doug Days, the shorts based on Doug, the dog in the movie Up.
Yeah, it's a Pixar shorts.
It's Pixar shorts.
Yeah.
And they're so good. I cannot overstate how good they are.
That's up there for me. When you told me that, I'm like, well, maybe that's my favorite. I'm sticking with football because I love football. I love
It's
everything.
a talking dog.
Football.
What's not to love?
Well, does he play soccer?
Low-key, this might be my favorite thing that I saw this year for the first time. Obviously, it's in the Marvel universe, and we were kind of like, can't watch another Marvel thing.
Real
but-
comic book
and we watched
exhaustion
it,
happening.
and it is so unique. It has more of that kind of fantasy surrealism that I really like.
And Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston.
They're so good.
So good
And they've
together.
got this buddy comedy.
Yeah, there's a part of it. Part of it is a buddy comedy. You know, part of it is
it's a
like them.
romance.
Yeah, part of it is them like solving crimes together. You know, like odd couples solving crimes.
Yes, expands beyond Marvel in a completely different way. It's so refreshing and unique.
Andor.
Oh, I've heard of that too.
'Cause it just was grounded. The characters were good. It had a Skarsgård in it. It was like Star Wars taken seriously, but not in a bad way. Like the way you want it to
It
work.
didn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I want to see how the rebellion starts, and it's like kind of gritty.
Music. American Teenager by Ethel Cain is an amazing arena rock. Oh, it's indie. I will love it so much.
Wilderness by Exit Project. It is the original song that Emmy and James wrote for the movie.
It's so good.
And it plays over the end credits, and it's fantastic.
So good.
I love it, love it, love it. It has the same vibe as the movie, but it also has their kind of thing thrown in there, and she says haunt season in it. I love that song. I'm so happy it exists.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I don't have a favorite album or song this year, but I did discover is probably a strong word. He was discovered. How do you say it? Hosier?
Oh, wow.
You discovered Hosier?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's
she did.
amazing.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
She's
You're
the one.
so welcome. I got like real into Take Me to Church for a second, about 10 years after it came out, and that was really good. And then I branched out to other songs. Turns out he's pretty good at what he does.
And now do you go to church?
It's not about church, it's
Oh.
about sex.
My good friend Matt, he sent me a song by this band, and then I went down a whole big rabbit hole of listening to all their songs, and I thought they were hilarious and good. Cheek Face, you've never heard of them. They're good. It's just like lyric heavy, funny, like kind of like Pavement in the lyric department, but it's good. It's good. Just really hits me. Just really hits me right here and right here. When life hands you problems, make problem aid. Yeah.
It was the album Volcano by the band Jungle. Soul, hip hop, there's like kind of rapping in some moments. It's very dancey, but in a also relaxing kind of way.
Rat Saw God by Wednesday. It's like 90s, almost like Smashing Pumpkins type guitars.
Cool.
Female vocals with like good, but like unconventional delivery. It just feels like sometimes there's like more syllables than you would imagine. It's also like old country. Like the album starts off with like a 7-minute like rocking Smashing Pumpkins 90s guitar thing, and then it kind of turns into like old country. Wilco. It kind of turns into Wilco, and it's like an amazing transformation, and it works. You like see how they got from there to there. You're like, oh, okay, you can do both. Yeah, that's right.
Game. Tears of the Kingdom.
Do you want to expand on that at all?
The Deep Dark Dit. is great.
That's Ada. That's an Ada-ism.
Okay.
The under?
Oh, she calls it the deep dark dip.
Yeah.
The deep
Yeah,
dark
the
depths.
underworld.
The depths.
The
The
depths.
depths.
The real
Yeah,
word.
yeah.
It was really
The deep dark
scary. I'm scared of heights. And honest to God, my palms would get sweaty when you initially have to jump off of the sky. I was like, I died 3 times before I got in water. Doesn't matter.
The Toy Story 4 pinball machine. It is fantastic.
Yeah.
There's so many levels to it and so many things you can do, and you can jump the ball up here and then you can put it in here.
Oh,
And
that's right. It's got the jump.
it's got the
really
jump.
Cute.
Yeah. Oh, it's so fun.
My favorite game of the year is probably the only thing that I've actually agonized over because I'm between 3.
Nope.
Legend of Zelda, Tears of the
Okay,
Kingdom.
why is this always an issue
We
with
do
you?
this when you're not here. We talk
Yeah.
about multiple things, and you leave it in, and you
Why?
don't say nope.
Sometimes.
You don't edit yourself in
Sometimes.
over top of it saying nope.
If you said I'm between 2, I would have let you. You said 3.
It was going to be really fast.
He started saying 5 titles. Okay.
What's wrong
Let me
with
just
that?
say exactly, Eliza. Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Animal Crossing: New Horizons, and Connections from the New York Times.
Yes.
I really like
Yes.
Connections, but I think I have to go with Tears of the Kingdom. It was really.
So you did
good.
have an answer.
I mean, yeah, I had to get there.
For game, I wrote, duh. I didn't even write it was Tears of the Kingdom. Of course, it's one of the greatest video games ever made. It was easy. That's an easy one. So I'm offended by how easy that is to answer.
Yeah, but have you ever played Connections?
Yeah, a little. It's fine. It's
I love
pretty
it.
good. It's pretty
It's
good.
so good.
It's the best.
New York,
It's the best new
the
one.
spelling bee is
For
the
sure.
best one, but I've started that years ago.
New York Times Spelling Bee is the game that I play every day, every single day.
Play.
Spelling bee is easily the best one of all of them.
Wordle is best still.
Word,
Then
No.
Connections,
No.
then the
Wordle
mini,
Connections.
then
Spelling bee,
Wordle Connections,
then
Sudoku for me.
it's spelling bee, then it's a wide gulf.
Connections. I love that game. And it felt like a game for me. I was like, this is a game for me, I think. I can play this game.
Codenames Duet. I've only played it at Craig and Chyna's house, and then we bought the game, and we haven't played it since, even though I really enjoyed it. I tried to make it competitive when it's not competitive.
you do?
I know.
You?
It's so surprising. I am a joy to play games with.
Podcast?
Podcast. Go for it. Do you have one?
No. Pass.
Yeah. In all honesty, I've spent the most time listening once again this year to Blank Check for the 3rd year in a row. I'm just re-listening to old episodes at this point. But I did find a new one. Dead Eyes. It's a guy named Connor Ratliff, and he was auditioning for Band of Brothers, and he went to a callback with Tom Hanks, and he heard through the grapevine, he doesn't think the assistant was supposed to tell him this, but the assistant told him that Tom Hanks thought he had dead eyes. He had a part, he had to re-audition for the part, they cut him from it and gave his part to somebody else. So he spends the entire first season trying to get to Tom Hanks to hear about the dead eyes. He tries to get the old assistants to tell him what happened, and he talks to other actors along the way about their horrible things that have happened through auditions and the business. It's very entertaining. He does eventually get to Tom Hanks, but I haven't listened to that episode yet. I'm a little nervous to listen to it. It sounds kind of uncomfortable. Oh dear. To me.
It's an older podcast, but I finally started listening to it in earnest. You must remember this. Yeah.
You're listening to Erotic 90s?
I did.
It's great.
Yes.
Yeah. Erotic 80s too.
Yeah, it's all film history. It's a film
Yeah.
history podcast. It's what's her name?
Karina Longworth.
Karina Longworth. It's a no-brainer. It's something I should have listened to a long time ago. I love film history.
It's great.
Bone Valley, a true crime-y podcast. It's this guy named Gilbert, and he does this deep dive into this case, Leo Schofield, who was in prison for murdering his wife in the 80s, except he for sure 100%. You know how in Serial, at the end of Serial, you're like, did Adnan do it? I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. This guy did not kill his wife. It lays it all out there, and it is very interesting, very good, and it's still being updated. There's
Nice.
still developments happening.
It's
I tried to get Craig to listen to it,
I mean,
and he was all like, no.
Wow, he sounds like Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't listen to podcasts.
My favorite one is Grow, Cook, Eat, Arrange with Sarah Raven and Friends, British podcast that is all about flowers. She brings her friends on and they just talk plants. Sometimes it's their top like 6 list or top 10 list or top 8 list or whatever it is of a particular type of flower. Sometimes there's great cooking tips. Sometimes there's really great how to treat different flowers so that they'll last longer after you cut them. It's very gentle and relaxing, so I like to listen to it at the end of the day so I can turn my brain off and stop thinking about the insanity of the world.
Book.
I only read one book this year. Suspect, Scott Turow. I love Scott Turow's legal thrillers. This one's a little bit more kind of detective-y. His little Lisbeth Salander, kind of the niece of Sandy Stern, is kind of like a punk rock lesbian chick, and she's like investigating stuff, and it's great.
I have two. I have a fiction and a nonfiction. I haven't read a ton this year, but what I did read was like really impactful. So I discovered Naomi Novik this year. Uprooted is a fantasy novel that like calls back to everything I read as a child, but is its own thing, and it's so beautiful. And it felt so comforting to read something, even though it was the first time I was reading, it just felt like going back to my childhood and Robin McKinley and Tamara Pierce. Oh, deeply, deeply satisfying. The other one is Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Hall Kimmerer. It's amazing. I feel like it rewired my brain. It definitely changed the way that I looked at the world. It just did.
You talked a lot about that book while you were reading it.
Yeah, and for like several months after finishing it too. But I love books that make me see the world differently, and that book did it.
I would not have remembered this, but I wrote it down beginning of the year when I read it. Watership Down.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Finally read it, and you know what? I love those rabbits. I love them.
I am not technically done with this book,
Huh?
but I didn't read any other books.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me catch the whole title. Dewey, the small town library cat who touched the world. It's really good.
Great.
I didn't read any new books this year.
Plant, Grow, Harvest, Repeat by Meg McAndrews Cowden. She has a garden in Minnesota and she like does it full time, and it's this huge farm where she feeds her family. She gets into different types of home gardening methods and how they relate to the natural landscape. Lots of different types of natural landscapes that can be replicated in a home garden as well, like a forest to a savanna. And then just having really great gardening tips for laying out your garden. It is a zone 4 specific book, but you can apply it to any gardening zone. That's why we moved.
Nice.
So I could have a garden. Let's be real, you're not getting out there. Unless I make you. Well, you're willing.
I
You're helpful.
water the plants.
Oh, you like to water plants, and you like to see them grow.
Yeah, you know, you don't look at them for a couple days and they come back and like, whoa, what's going on here?
We did it.
What do you think of 2023? I don't know, it just feels like a weird year.
It is, well, it is a weird year for us, especially like in terms of the movie. Like we're very much in kind of limbo space.
yeah.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
What are you doing?
Eat some chocolate.
Eating some chocolate.
Yum. Yum, my favorite.
Eleanor's favorite of 2023, chocolate.
Chocolate.